And good evening to all of our sports fans watching on whatever type of surface or platform that you're on, whether it's Roku or through YouTube or ZaleskiSports.com. We thank you guys for joining us for this FVA Conference Division I basketball matchup, and to open the season for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts up against the Oshkosh North Spartans, who are 1-0 into the season. Gunnar Zippert, Brendan Retzloff, we thank you guys for joining us here in Oshkosh. And Gunnar, we were talking a little bit earlier before the pregame show, which is presented by Revive Wellness, which has locations in Appleton and Oshkosh. Our IV therapy and hydration treatments are tailored to your health, beauty, fitness, and wellness goals. With over 20 years of art and experience, we deliver safe, top-quality care. Feel revitalized with Revive Wellness. As I was saying, though, that both of these teams, their years didn't end the way that they wanted them to, but both of these teams are really competitive, and some of the top players in the state we're seeing here play tonight.
Yeah, some of the top players in the state, some of the top teams in Division I coming into tonight. Oshkosh North ranked second in the coaches poll in Division I, only behind De Pere. Kaukauna at fourth. They're both expected to finish in the top of this conference, along with Appleton North. It's looking like it's going to be a three-team race, but Kimberly, Neenah, Hortonville, they could all make it interesting. But definitely a heavyweight battle to start the season here. We had the same thing last year, December 1st, in Kaukauna. North won that one by 3, despite a first-half buzzer beater by Carson Awe, who's now graduated, and that's a good transition. So both of these teams losing players to graduation, and both of these teams losing players to colleges. For Oshkosh North, Stevie Clark graduated. He was the 1A or 1B to Zay Mitchell last year. He's now playing at Colgate in the Patriot League, I believe, a good college program in a low major conference. And then for Kaukauna, John O'Neill, now at New Hampshire in the America East, another good program, and both in college now. Kaukauna also with a couple players in the D3 ranks. Nathan Dupree now at UW Superior. Carson Awe now at UW Stout. So certainly early in the season here, those impacts will be missed from those guys who were contributing last year, but still lots of talent at the top of these rosters this year.
A lot of firepower between these two rosters, and just talking about Xavier Mitchell in his Oshkosh North career, just going back to the game on Tuesday against Manitowoc Lincoln in that 74-55 victory, 45 points, 6 rebounds, and a couple of steals in that one. And you can tell this guy, he's the real deal, and he's following those footsteps of one of those NBA players who ended up going right here at this school in Tyrese Halliburton, with him committed to Iowa State. So the steps are following along. We'll see if he gets to that spot up in the NBA with that all-star type of potential, but nonetheless, these are two juggernauts worth of teams, and it should be an exciting one that we have here for you guys here on this night here at Oshkosh North High School. We will send things away to a commercial break as the national anthem is coming up, and starting lineups will be introduced. We'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Friends, are you a retiree like myself and have some spare time and wanting to meet new people? I drive school bus for Kaukauna Buses. I enjoy seeing many smiling faces, and I still have time for the activities I enjoy. Kaukauna Buses offers a flexible schedule, and it's a well-paid part-time job. It's the perfect balance of work and play. Come join me make a difference in your community. Visit Kaukauna.com for more information and to find a Kaukauna terminal near you.
Nestled in the Wildwood Park and Zoo, the Marshfield Rotary Club Winter Wonderland has dazzled families with over 1 million lights displayed. Admission is free. Cash donations and non-perishable food items encouraged. The Winter Wonderland is open November 29th through December 31st.
Selling your car to Doll Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Doll Auto. Simple.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Back here at Oshkosh North High School as we're getting ready for the tip-off between Kaukauna and Oshkosh North as the starting lineups will be introduced right now.
Number 5, Andrew Spencer. Forward number 13, Jonah Gore. The final sportsman, Mike Shallow. For Oshkosh North, at guard, number 11, Dalton Clark. At guard, number 12, Jackson Anderson. At forward, number 15, Tom Coleman. Up forward, number 33, Stefan Stanovich. Up forward, number 2, Xavier Mitchell. Currently coached by Brad Walker.
And a notable name missing from the Oshkosh North starting lineup is who is presumed to be the number 2 to Xavier Mitchell this year, junior Bryce Ott. Currently on the sidelines, he had crutches and a walking boot. Actually, you can see him in the huddle there. He was the quarterback of the football team, but I don't believe the injury was sustained during the football season. It must have been in between seasons. So hopefully he comes back at some point this year for the Spartans, but they'll have to start the season without him.
It's a really good point that you referred to, him being the number 2 scorer on this team, and that makes it almost as if that game on Tuesday with Mitchell scoring 45 points, almost like maybe it's just going to be a normal thing that we see this season, but
certainly this North team capable of finding other scorers, but Xavion's going to lead them this year.
And what a way to start out the game for Oshkosh. Dalton Clark gets the opening 2, and that tip-off was beautifully done right there by Stolovich right there.
And Kaukauna turning it over on their first possession. Oshkosh North showing some length at half court there. Very tall team, big wingspans.
This crowd is going to get into it very much here tonight. Having a conference type of matchup, you'd expect tons of fireworks. Stolovich with the 3.
Apologize for the scoreboard, folks. We'll get that fixed. It just reverted back to Tuesday's scoreboard on us. We had that Fond du Lac Kaukauna game. We will get that fixed at the next commercial break.
And Kaukauna turns over the ball again, and North goes up 7-0 in the first 47 seconds of this game. And Coach Shallow wants to take a timeout here for the Galloping Ghosts, and the energy here in Oshkosh has picked up tremendously. 7-0 already. We'll leave things here with you guys. John Coleman was the one to have the 3rd basket. So Clark already has 2, Coleman has 2, and Stolovich has the 3. There were a lot of thoughts that it's going to be the Xavier Mitchell type of show, but Xavier Mitchell as a player, he is known to be not selfish at all, a very selfless player, and we're already seeing tons of work from the rest of the crew of Oshkosh North as it almost gets turned over yet again. That time The pass is just coming a little wobbly. Brody McMullen, he's fired a couple of passes that have just been off the mark.
Brody McMullen saw some time starting last year for Kaukauna when they were a bit injured. Nathan Dupree was out for a stretch and has some experience in the starting lineup.
Jensen tried to kick it outside, and another turnover on the Ghosts. It's their third of the game already. Stolovich in the corner, no good, and he gets his own rebound to set things back up for North's offense, and Anderson will lead the crew.
Like you were saying, it's good to see some other scorers getting in on the action. Obviously, Mitchell's going to be the point of attack for Kaukauna on defense.
Clark takes. He's got an open shot, and that is flawless from Dalton Clark, and it's a 10-0 run in the first 2 minutes of this game for Oshkosh North.
And this is something North did when Tyrese Halliburton was here, that 1-3-1 half-court trap.
Kaukauna is going to try to respond with a three. No good from Rohrig.
Foul as Groff was coming down with the rebound there. It's going to be on Stoilovich. Oh, no, it's on Clark.
Dalton Clark with 5 points already here in the game tonight. Stolen once again. It's Mitchell. He'll take it himself and left it short. And out of bounds. Last touched by Kaukauna, so North will keep it. But right now, 4 turnovers in the game for the Ghosts.
Amazing pressure being put on by North. Certainly Mitchell was looking for a foul there. He was 14 for 17 at the line against Manitowoc Lincoln on Tuesday, contributing nearly a third of his points at the line.
And this time, coming from the bench, it's Max Rohr hitting the deuce. 12.
Another steal.
Turnovers left and right from the men in black. It's going to be Rohr for 3. And it's 15-0. What a start for Sparty. We're going to send things to our first TV timeout. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds here on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Welcome back here in Oshkosh. Today's game presented by Travel Leaders Discovery. Looking for the perfect getaway and want to travel worldwide? Travel Leaders Discovery has you covered. Their local travel experts create unforgettable experiences tailored just for you. Ready to travel stress-free? Visit TLTrips.com.
Great find down low there by Van Cauwenberg. Nice pass to Jensen. Jensen heading to the line. This Kaukauna team has a lot of Division I potential. Jensen, one of the top juniors in the state, has offers from Illinois, Marquette, West Virginia. Van Cauwenberg committed to UW Green Bay for Doug Gottlieb's squad for next season. So 15-1 now, certainly not telling what the tale we thought would be told here early in this one.
How about the noise that the student section, though, is making for Oshkosh? Not making things easy for this Kaukauna offense, as we've seen the turnovers, as Jensen was able to convert on both the free throws, and still no points from Mitchell, and this offense is putting up 15. Rohr from the 3, no good.
That's Owen Weber with the rebound, number 0.
And they're going to take another 3, and it's John Coleman. He's got 5 here tonight.
No other scorers besides Mitchell had double digits in the Lincoln game.
Had to get out of the double team. Kaukauna trying to find open players, and no good on the 3. Once again was Rohrig. Rohrig takes it back, go around town, and hit the 3 for the good old reliable senior, Keegan Van Cauwenberg.
Keegan Van Cauwenberg, one of the top three-point shooters in the state. Amazing distance for him there.
It's going to be Rohr again from downtown. That's his second miss. Mitchell with the board. He falls back. Lots of contact, no call.
North clearly content taking these threes from outside if Kaukauna's going to clog the lane.
Try to go into the double team with Mitchell, and he cannot convert.
That was what Kaukauna needed, and they're going to need a lot of those to get back into this one.
Rohrig down beneath, cross-court pass into the baseline. Too high on the floater. Jensen with the board, and he'll finish it. So it's going to be Andrew Jensen. You're going to see a lot of him tonight in the post for the Ghosts. Take it outside again. Weber just off the mark.
It's going to be him and Van Cauwenberg that are going to be needed to perform here to bring Kaukauna back into this one.
Van Cauwenberg with it. Over to Jensen.
No look pass.
Tried to go underneath it. And Oshkosh North wanted to travel. Jensen able to put up another basket. He's got 6 points here in the game. And Kaukauna, just like that, only down by 9 with 13:32 to go here in this first half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back for more boys basketball here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Welcome back here on Zaleski Sports. Tonight's game is presented by Visit Marshfield. To see the holiday lights display in central Wisconsin, largest holiday lights display in central Wisconsin, featuring over 2 million lights at Wildwood Park. Open every night from 5 to 9 p.m. Now through New Year's Eve. Admission is free. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com.
So Kaukauna able to get on a little bit of a scoring run to get closer into this thing. Putting the double team on Mitchell. Kick it out to Rohr for three. No good. And Kaukauna wanted an over the back call and
great fight.
Possibly could have got it there.
Good fight by Owen Weber for the offensive board.
Stolovich in the corner. Couldn't get it to go. And the rebound for the Ghosts. And they're going to try to continue their run. And Van Cauwenberg goes up and around. And a nice lane underneath, wide open for Groff. Caden Groff his first basket here tonight.
Yeah, Groff didn't get much play last year for Kaukauna, but he's thrust into a starting role here this season for the Ghosts.
Lots of contact underneath the basket. They're going to get McMullen on the foul as Mitchell is going up to the hoop.
So an 11-3 run here for the Ghosts after it was 15-0 for the Spartans early on. And Mitchell looking to pick up his first points here. It was nice when they're up 15-0. Oh, we don't need Xavier to score it all, but now it's starting to feel a little bit of pressure. Certainly, Coach Brad Weber wanted to get things under control with that first time out. Mike Shallow already calling two. Shallow in his 30th year, he's over 450 wins. He's at 459, in fact, at Kaukauna.
Tons of success with the Kaukauna program is Mike Shallow, as Mitchell makes both of them, and those are his first 2 points here of the afternoon. And you can tell in Kaukauna's game plan, they're heavily focusing on the double team on number 2.
They're not going to let North beat them with their option A, and so far North has done a good job of getting the supporting cast involved. Jensen against Stojlovic here, good matchup in the post.
Andrew Jensen once again taking advantage inside of the paint, and that's where that 6'10", 6'11" frame really helps you well.
Yeah, North has some good length, a bunch of 6'6" guys, but they don't have a 6'9" to guard Jensen.
And Rohr, another three, left it short, and he's getting a little cold from downtown as the ball gets loose everywhere. Still rolling around the floor. Look at this.
Groff had it, lost it, and it looks like we're going to get a jump ball. That's something basically every fan here was willing to cheer for as we had that continued scramble and great effort being shown by both squads.
It's just one of those plays that just reminds you of the football days when the running back or whoever fumbles the ball and things just go haywire from there. But
Well,
Oshkosh North with a really nice recovery.
Of course, these schools didn't meet in football this year, with Oshkosh North not in the FBA this year. They were in the Fox River Classic South. So it's the first time that boys sports teams have matched up in a while here, and certainly it's a hostile environment.
And Covenberg tried to step back, couldn't get it to go. And the ball's rolling around the floor again. Plenty of activity going on.
And so far, Xavier Mitchell on the bench. I see 3 North jerseys on the bench with their warm-ups taken off. So Coach Brad Weber already got a rotation of 8 into this game. I believe Kaukauna has stuck with 6, number 11 coming out. That's a freshman, and Tyler Schwalbach. We did not see him last year, obviously. And he'll be relied upon, as both of these teams coming into the season, it's a wonder where's their depth going to come from. You got the top-end talent, but you're looking for the supporting cast.
Anderson kicked it out to Rohr. Rohr lost the handle, so it looked like he was going to pull up, but instead had to go back, and now North's going to work around the perimeter. Nice bounce pass underneath to Stolovich, and I think it's going to be a foul underneath on maybe Schwalbach, might have been the one.
There's a risky pass there by Jackson Anderson, that one-handed bounce pass sling, but it worked out.
Or it's going to be Rohrig on the foul here. So
Stoilovich to the line. He didn't start last year, but he provided valuable bench minutes. He's 6'6", or 6'7", according to the program. You got Xavier Mitchell at 6'7", Owen Weber coming out of the game, 6'7", another 6'6" player in Larson Peschel, who's splitting time between JV and varsity. So this North team has got the length to really make a run at a state title. Both of these programs a little bit disappointed with how their seasons finished in the playoffs last year.
Missed it last touch out of bounds by Sparty, so Kaukauna take over.
Just a little bit more of a point on that. North fell at home in a regional final, didn't even make it to sectionals. They lost as a 3 seed to 6 seeded Germantown, and they lost by nearly 30. Whereas Kaukauna did make it to the sectional semifinal before falling on the road at Marshfield, and Marshfield's certainly a great program that's expected to do a lot of good things this year.
Expected to be one of the top teams in the state. Jensen tried to go with a little step back in the paint, couldn't get it to go.
Good defense by Stoilovich. He forced a fadeaway. Jensen can make those, certainly, but it's a worse shot than he would have liked.
Good shot fake taken by North there, and Anderson. Kick it out to the 3, no good. Coleman tried to hit it. Oshkosh North starting to get cold from three-point land.
Yeah, when they were up 15-0, those shots were money, or they were gravy. Just keep taking them. But as the score has gotten closer here, they'll start to look a little bit worse for Coach Brad Weber. He probably wants them to work it inside more.
Haven't seen too much from the rest of Kaukauna's offense except for Andrew Jensen, and same for Keegan Van Covenberg.
Van Covenberg's just had the 1-3. He's made some nice passes, though.
Nice pass down the baseline. Van Covenberg for 3. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by the Ghosts. Couldn't get that to go either for Caden Groff. And now Mitchell takes some pretty heavy contact.
You made a point during the break. We only had 1 foul at the time of that timeout by North. Now we've got 3 for Kaukauna, 2 for North, so it's been a pretty free-flowing first half here. The refs have let them play, and we saw that with those 2 loose balls on the floor. No fouls there, just a couple of jump ball possessions.
They got Weinberg on the foul, so Kavanaugh, he exits out of the game. Stolovich nails the tray, and North, just like that, back up by double digits.
Stoilovich, he's a post player, but he's able to relocate outside. Mitchell's going to draw a lot of attention if he drives to the post, and having a big man that can shoot like that, it's kind of an NBA mindset. And in the program today, Stoilovich said the player he thinks his game looks the most like is Brooke Lopez of the Bucks, and that's a pretty good comparison.
Brooke the Mountain Lopez with his days that he's still playing for the Milwaukee Bucks, but that's thanks to the Spartan Spotlight that they have in the programs here for the game. So a pretty interesting and cool thing that they added there. Take the 3 here, no good. Once again, that was Jonah Orig, and turnover.
Yeah, that was
Sparty.
That was Mitchell trying to find Coleman with a long pass across half court, and the Galloping Ghosts got in the passing lane there to break it up.
Jensen to Van Kallenberg. Goes one-on-one with Mitchell, and he might have got caught for the reach. And they did get him on the reach. That's North's second team foul of the game.
And I'm imagining that was Mitchell's first. Yep. Stojilovic subs out, but it's a real luxury for Coach Brad Weber. You can have 2 players at 6'6" at any time as Owen Weber comes in. Weber was on the JV team last year. And this North team, all juniors and seniors, whereas Kaukana's got a little bit more youth with a freshman in Schwalbach and I believe a sophomore or 2 as well.
Oldest player on the floor that they have is Van Kallenberg, as he has the ball right now. Tries to work the one-on-one, fade away, no good, short iron, and it's going to be a reach and foul on Jensen, and he disagrees with the call. A little bit of frustration from Kaukauna right now. We haven't seen too many players on their offense really put something together.
Yeah, North able to stretch the lead back out to 11 after it got down to 7 at one point. We'll see if they start to get anything more inside. Kaukauna in it looks almost like a 2-3 zone.
Coleman's going to take it. The 3. And John Coleman hits.
What a start for Coleman, the senior. Played sparingly last year.
Try to respond back was Jensen, and out of bounds. Last touched by Groff.
And I think we're seeing the depth of North playing a factor. We saw a little bit of Kavanaugh Weinberg being a second player off the bench for Kaukauna, but they've gone mostly with the same 6, whereas North has been able to play 8, and that's going to help them down the stretch.
Coach Mike Shallow a little hot over that last call. He was giving one of the referees a handful as they were just about to inbound it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the Kaukauna defense. You see Van Kallenberg playing a zone at the top.
Mitchell underneath hits the and one. And that is what you normally see out of Zay Mitchell, just absolutely getting in front of the 2-on-1 type of situation and really just use his body to score.
Yeah, Zay is the presumptive preseason pick by many to be Mr. Basketball in the state. Of course, that was an award that Tyrese Halliburton won back in 2018.
And it's turned over on the floor again. Mitchell tried to keep it alive, and Kaukauna was somehow able to maintain possession. That was pretty remarkable how they were able to keep it. Nice find with Jensen, and Jensen, really good defense from Mitchell. North making the run up the floor. Flip it over. It's Mitchell for 3. No good. Just over 7 minutes to go here in the half. Huge collision underneath, and it's going to be a defensive foul. And it will be Schwalbach going to the free throw line.
They're going to call that a shooting foul. Okay.
There was plenty of contact.
I didn't know if he got the shot up quite, but yeah, that was on number 12, Jackson Anderson.
It looked like Anderson was square from the contact, but yeah, they called him for a blocking foul.
He wasn't happy with the call, but you know, every charge. I saw this on Twitter the other night. Mark Miller of Wisconsin Basketball Yearbook, he was saying every charge is a block, every block is a charge. Nobody knows what the call actually should be.
Schwalbach hits free throw number 2 and making a couple of changes here for the offense of Oshkosh North.
And of course, Mark Miller is collaborating with Zaleski Sports for picking the team of the week each week throughout this boys basketball season, one for every division. I believe the D1 team of the week was the same Germantown team that beat Oshkosh North last year in the playoffs.
It's going to be Mitchell. Take it, the 2-on-1. No good, and Zay Mitchell, he's missing shots that he's normally able to put down, and that's going to help out Kaukauna on offense a little bit.
It is, but this defense from North has been ferocious all night.
Take it himself for the deuce, Jonah Rohrig. His first basket here tonight.
Great play by the sophomore Rohrig and Schwalbach, the future of this program.
Wide open three. Tylen Lister could not hit the tray, so Kaukauna trying to get closer. And then Calvinberg, nothing but air.
Yeah, he had a man in his face. You wonder if it got tipped.
It's going to be Rohrig again.
Jonah Rohrig with a little 4-0 run here for the Galloping Ghosts, pulling them back within 11.
Trying to add a little bit of flair
and
the Ghost Riders.
And a turnover as Mitchell's pass, his teammate wasn't expecting. I think it was Rohr for North. Max Rohr, not to be confused with Jonah Rohrig.
Lots of roars, and this gymnasium is roaring here tonight. Plenty of students in the student section for both Kaukauna and Oshkosh North.
Yeah, Kaukauna traveled well, and I mean, it's only a 35-minute drive, but still, it's not like this is Kimberly that's just down the road.
We're expecting a lot of fireworks here tonight, and there's been plenty of noise. Not many fireworks, but lots of noise. Tried the reverse, and Graf could not get it to go. North takes over on offense. The 3-on-1, they try to go quick with it, and Graf goes all the way from one side to the other and comes up with the steal.
Great defensive effort. Coleman was trying to find Lister across the lane there, but stolen by Graf.
And Kallenberg goes for the 15-footer, left it short, and he's got a little frustration. Both the top players of these teams, a little cold here tonight. Mitchell able to keep the ball going. Stolovich goes back up to Lister. And North gonna slow it down here. First time we've really seen the offense slow down. Stolovich for three, no good. Rebounded by Jensen.
And that's what you got to keep hoping for if you're Kaukauna. Make them take outside shots. Keep hoping that they miss.
Contact right around the perimeter, and they're going to get Rohr on the foul here. Rohr with 5 points here in the game tonight. John Coleman up to 8 points. He's leading the team in scoring for North.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cliche, but if you had told someone that North would be up 11 in the first half, you probably would figure that Xavier Mitchell had at least 10 points. But he's at 2, 4?
Xavier Mitchell is at 4 points, or 5 points currently.
Oh, he had the and one, of course.
Van Calvinberg at the top. Lister guarding one-on-one, making plenty of trouble for this Kaukauna offense.
Great effort by Lister, a JV player last year for the Spartans, making Van Callenberg one of the best players.
With a good find, what a block.
John
Coleman again, coming big. Mitchell, 1-on-3, and he finishes. Just the electricity of Xavier Mitchell. And how do you guard that as Kaukauna's defense? You did everything that you could up until the foul.
And that's what Mitchell's looking for. Obviously, he knows they're going to guard the lane when he's coming down, but he's able to finish through traffic. That's why he's a next-level prospect. Headed to Iowa State next year, like you said, trying to follow in the footsteps of Tyrese Halliburton. He's done it so far at the high school level. He's picked the same college. We'll see how far his career ends up taking him.
The only difference is their numbers up here at Oshkosh North.
Well, of course, Tyrese's number has been retired, number 14, so couldn't wear that. There was an article in the paper here this week. I'm from Oshkosh, so talking about the influence that Tyrese had on Mitchell in his recruiting process, just giving him advice. Said Tyrese had no bias. He didn't try to influence him into being a Cyclone, but Xavier felt like that was the best place for him.
And of course, Tyrese Halliburton, part of that 2017 state championship team of
It went into
Oshkosh North.
March of 2018.
2018. And Van Callenberg, he's struggling. He's a little cold here tonight. We'll see how Kaukauna tries to get him going.
Yeah, that was the only state title in North history. I believe that was the most recent time they've made it to state. Of course, they had a great player, a senior in Stevie Clark last year, but weren't able to get out of the regionals. Xavier Mitchell looking to right those wrongs this year.
Mitchell doing a lot for this team, trying to lead his squad. Right now it's John Coleman, left it short. Nice block underneath by Jensen. And Kaukauna take over. Good fake underneath, try to move it around. Van Kallenberg for 3.
Outstanding drive and pass there by Kavanaugh Weinberg, an undersized junior guard. But he found his teammate open, and when you give Van Kallenberg an open look like that.
And Mitchell goes for the 3, no good. He was asking for a foul. There was plenty of contact, and Weinberg was the one who was up there covering him. And speaking of Kavanaugh Weinberg, he was one of those big-time players for the football team this past fall. Did a lot in the wide receiver position for Kaukauna.
And thinking about last year, a lot of JV players moving up, obviously, for both of these programs. The JV team for Oshkosh North last year went 20-2, whereas the JV for Kaukauna was 12-10. So you can see some of that graduated talent starting to get to the varsity level for North has made a bit of a difference tonight.
We're going to get Dalton Clark here on the foul. Oshkosh now up to 7 fouls, so
yeah, it'll be
a
1 and 1. And not the guy you want at the line in Van Kallenberg.
Van Kallenberg just ended up hitting a 3-pointer in the last possession for Kaukauna. This is to cut it to single digits.
Gets the roll. Van Kallenberg headed, of course, to UW Green Bay for Coach Doug Gottlieb, but one of the assistants on that staff, former Kaukauna standout Jordan McCabe. And I believe Jordan McCabe, from his time at West Virginia, he was an assistant coach there. That's why Andrew Jensen has an offer from West Virginia. It's just the Jordan McCabe ties coming into play for this Galloping Ghost program.
All the connections that you can get, especially at a younger age, it's going to help you get a lot further throughout in life. And Kallenberg up to 9 points here in the game now, leading all the players in scoring. And it's been a quiet 9 points. And same for Mitchell. Mitchell also has 9, and he's been very quiet. Good find underneath. Rohr gets fouled. Looked like could have been all ball. And Kaukauna's fans, they were hoping it was all ball.
A nice job by North breaking down that zone defense. Rohr was wide open. The man rotates over. He was looking to draw some contact, and didn't appear there was much, like you said, but North gets the call.
So it's going to be the foul on Groff. And Max Rohr, he's got 5 points here tonight. Couldn't get the first one. Today's game, though, presented by Cobazin. Cobazin offers a flexible schedule and a well-paid part-time job. The perfect balance of work and play. Cobazin Buses also specializes in providing charter services to all sorts of events. Join us to make a difference in your community. Visit Cobazin.com. We take pride in every ride.
Rohr hits the second there to put North back up 9.
Oshkosh North shooting a lot less from downtown than what we saw in the first 7 minutes of the ball game. And a nice over-the-shoulder type of move made by Schwalbach for a basket. Kaukauna within 7. Mitchell cross court for Weber, stolen away. Van Kallenberg takes it himself and throws it down, and building some energy for the Galloping Ghosts.
Just a 5-point lead for North after they had that early 15-0 lead. Kaukauna able to cut it down.
Mitchell takes it back, goes around the screen, dribble drive, able to get the deuce and respond. Now we're starting to see both the top scorers really start to use their NBA 2K takeover type of abilities. Groff, lots of contact, kick it out. Van Kallenberg for downtown, no good. And the rebound, it's going to be an offensive foul on the Ghosts.
Oh, is it?
See who the call is on here.
It was on, it was on Mitchell, yeah.
They're going to say it's on North.
Yeah, they called Mitchell over the back. I don't know.
There were plenty of referees pointing in the direction that Oshkosh North was going to have the ball. Now Brad Weber, he's asking for a word, and
yeah, definitely,
rightfully so.
Definitely need some clarification here. It seemed as if they went up for the rebound, Mitchell and Jensen, they were literally back-to-back, so it didn't seem like it could have been over the back by Mitchell.
They did get Mitchell on the foul, though, and that's his second of the game.
Yeah, approaching halftime here. You're not too worried about Xavier. Just don't pick up your third before we head to the locker room.
And knowing his basketball IQ, he's very well aware of that situation.
Not able to hit the front end of a 1-and-1 there.
Stojovic gets the board. Lister was wide open, and Kaukauna is letting Lister just stay anywhere that he can be. And they're like daring him to take that deep shot, as now he has.
Yeah, the rest of the players on the court for North with more varsity experience. A tip there by Van Cauwenberg, so not over and back.
Coleman picks up his dribble, so it's going to be Rohr with it now into the double team, and Kaukauna is hoping for a double dribble call.
Yeah,
30 seconds about here in the half.
Yeah, you could see North playing for the last shot here, but the way their offensive possessions have gone, they just don't look comfortable.
It looks like North might hold on to the last shot here. They've had possession for about 40 seconds.
Yeah, North very comfortable doing this. I saw them play last year against Brookfield Central, where they wasted clock towards the end of the game, and it ended up hurting them as they lost that game.
Coleman dribbles out. Mitchell, 8 seconds to go in the half. Mitchell, dribble drive. No good, off of his miss. Got the rebound, put it back up, and in. Xavier Mitchell to end the half. Off the miss, completes it with a make. And Xavier up to 12 points here in the game.
Yeah, starting to make his presence felt a little bit more. Going into the half, Oshkosh North up 9. Tonight's game brought to you by Kingdom Roofing. Your home is your kingdom. Protect it with Kingdom Roofing. Committed to no-pressure sales and lasting value, Kingdom Roofing covers everything from roofing to siding and windows. No gimmicks, just quality you can trust. Protect your kingdom. Visit kingdomroofingwi.com. And we'll take a quick commercial break here, a couple of minutes, and come back with a recap of the first half and get you ready for the second half here on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
At Fleet Farm, we're all about your everyday, but not just any old day. Here, every day's opening day. Every day's a school day. Every day's a monster day. And every day is too short. Whatever makes your day, Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Welcome back here at Oshkosh North. Today's game here in Kaukauna. We're at halftime, so welcome to our Kingdom Roofing halftime show. Your home is your kingdom. Protect it with Kingdom Roofing. Committed to no pressure, sales, and lasting value. Kingdom Roofing covers everything from roofing to siding and windows. No gimmicks, just quality you can trust. Protect your kingdom. Visit kingdomroofingwi.com. But as we would have expected going into halftime, the leading scorers are the top players of each team. Starting with the away team, it's Keegan Van Collenberg with 11 points in the first half. Hit a couple of threes and a few free throws all the way to get to his 11 points. And then Xavier Mitchell for Oshkosh North with 12 points. It's been a very quiet 12 points for Xavier, though, here in this game, as we saw a lot happen from John Coleman, who has 8 points here in the game tonight and a couple of steals. And same for Stefan Stojkovic with 7 points. He's got a couple of threes in the ball game as well for Oshkosh North, and that's been able to really help them and get to the 38. But what's also helped Oshkosh North in this game was the turnovers early in the game from Kaukauna.
Certainly. Early on, of course, Oshkosh North got out to that 15-0 lead. Kaukauna, I believe at the time of that first or second timeout, they'd only gotten one shot up. I mean, they were turning the ball over before they could even get a shot off. Oshkosh North playing that suffocating half-court defense. They were bringing that 1-3-1 half-court trap. And eventually Kaukauna, after a couple of timeouts, had to be burned by Coach Mike Shallow. They started to get a little bit more comfortable and, of course, cut into that lead. If you're Coach Mike Shallow, you got to be pretty happy with how your team responded. You've gone on a 29-23 run, so you're able to cut the lead a little bit from 15 down to 9 here at the half. Make it a game, not let things snowball and get more out of hand. And, of course, it's been mostly Van Cauenberg, but also you've seen some contributions. Jonah Rohrig with back-to-back possessions where he finished with the 2. Tyler Schwalbach, the freshman. Andrew Jensen not quite having the impact you thought he would have. Only 4 points at the half, but that's that length of Oshkosh North sort of neutralizing him. And then for North, like you said, Mitchell's gotten all of his work done in the paint or at the line. No three-pointers so far for him, but early on it was a lot of three-pointers going down for Stojkovic and Coleman. But as the half progressed, they started to rely on Xavier a lot more, and the supporting cast for Oshkosh North contributed a little bit less, and that's where they're starting to miss not having Bryce Ott on the floor. Ott was expected to be, the second go-to scorer for this team, just as last year he was the third behind Mitchell and Stevie Clark. No Clark this year, obviously, after he graduates, and now no Ott. So a lot on the shoulders of Xavier Mitchell and the rest of this Oshkosh North team without Bryce in the lineup. We'll see if he gets back at some point. He is in a walking boot, but he's also got crutches, so don't know if it's a lower leg injury, like his foot, or a knee thing, but see how that progresses as the season goes along.
And I'm sure that for Oshkosh North, they would love to get Bryce Ott back. Any way to be able to get your second top leading scorer back into this thing, and just considering right now that according to some other sources that this is the number 2 against number 4 team in Division I. So the fact that they're without their second leading scorer and up by 9 points here at halftime, that really says a lot. But this game could have gone so much worse than how it, especially with how it began for Kaukauna, going down 15-0. I just wonder what type of words that Mike Shallow is telling his team over in the timeouts that he had to take for them.
And, of course, this is Kaukauna's first game of the year, whereas North played on Tuesday in a non-conference matchup against Manitowoc Lincoln of the Fox River Classic. So North feeling a little bit less rusty coming into this one. Kaukauna's first game of the year, and I mean, your season couldn't have started more poorly than that 15-0 run. But Shallow takes the early 1 timeout. It continues to spiral from a 9-0 lead to 15-0, and then Kaukauna adjusts. And I think he just had to kind of preach to his team, calm down. You got to be a little bit more composed, make the smart play when you enter the half-court offense, and they responded pretty well. So as the season gets underway for both teams, still obviously very early. North only had the one game, and with Xavier Mitchell scoring 45, I imagine a lot of that was in the first half as they pulled out pretty early against Manitowoc Lincoln. But Kaukauna put in a little bit more of a fight than Lincoln did, and North's going to have to deal with that here in the second half.
And in rivalries or in conference games just like this one, you're going to expect almost every conference game that's being played to be very competitive and very close. Even though it wasn't close at the beginning, Kaukauna has found their way to be able to climb back way into this game, and a lot of it has been done through Andrew Jensen, especially in the mid-portion of the first half of this game, but then all of a sudden in the last few minutes of the half, he really quieted down, and I would not be surprised, though, if Coach Mike Shallow tries to get back to his big man a little bit more here.
Yeah, it'll be a difficult task with all the size that North has. But as you mentioned, this is the first conference matchup of the year, and while the ultimate goal for these programs is to win a state championship, the FVA every night, you're going to play 18 conference games. It's going to be a battle. Oshkosh North able to go 16-2 last year. Kaukauna finished in third behind Neenah at 12-6. Neenah was 13-5. They got hot late in the season. And, of course, Neenah ended up beating the team that beat Kaukauna in Marshfield. Neenah beating Marshfield to be the only FVA representative at state. So Neenah ultimately feels like they might have had the most successful season. But North are the defending FVA champions, and it all starts tonight. Here a 9-point lead at half for the Spartans, looking like they're starting off pretty well.
And, yeah, just before we send things to half number 2, we will send things to a quick 30-second timeout, and then we'll get the second half underway. It's a 9-point game to end our halftime here on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Welcome back here on Zaleski Sports, just about ready to get the second half started. Tonight's game presented by Advantage Machine. At Advantage Machine, we've invested in the machine center, machine tools, metal inventories, and our people. We offer a first-class workspace to ensure the best quality, and with our responsive customer service, fair pricing, and on-time delivery. Call us at 920-462-4427. Just about both teams about to break the huddle here. Oshkosh North up 9. Apologize for in the first half if it said it was in the second half. Hopefully everybody watching was aware that we were in the first half, but now it should be correct.
The scoreboard things that happen tell us here. So sometimes it just can become a little bit of a nuisance, but we thank you guys for giving us those comments. Our apologies, though, for that. And
sometimes it'll just switch the colors back to Tuesday's broadcast, and Kaukauna's listed as the home team when it should be the road team.
Crazy things have happened with our scoreboards. This is not one of those very rare things you see. It's pretty common to happen. Just off the miss, Jensen able to clean it back up, and pretty good start to the second half. As right in the halftime, I was talking about how we'll see if they try to include Andrew Jensen a little bit more in the second half of play, and just like that, they do.
Yeah, Jensen nearly went up with it, kept 1 foot planted, and then able to pivot away from Mitchell. Draws the foul on Coleman. Can't finish the three-point play, though.
10 points in the ball game for Andrew Jensen. 12 points for Xavier Mitchell, leading the team in scoring for Sparty. Anderson looking around, finds underneath, spinning around, and Mitchell able to get it, and lots of contact right underneath the basket.
A bit of an awkward play there from number 11, Dalton Clark. He didn't know whether to shoot, tried to throw an alley-oop to Mitchell, and they let Mitchell go over the back of a defender, I think because he was trying to get to the pass. Draws the foul, and we'll see if this is what Xavier tries to do in the second half. He was 14 for 17 at the line against Manitowoc Lincoln on Tuesday, already providing quite the punch at the line here tonight.
Yeah, so far, Mitchell 5 for 5 from the free throw line.
And I mean, that's basically a prerequisite if you're going to be a Division I college player. You got to make your free throws at a pretty high clip, and even 5 for 6.
Lots of contact once again as John Coleman went flying into the bench of Oshkosh. He was able to get up just fine, though. And now it's Rohrig with it over to Van Kauenberg and just left it short.
Yeah, Van Kauenberg and Jensen both have had some fadeaways and some pull-ups in the mid-range that have just ended up being a little short, and that's that first game of the season rustiness.
And who else to play than Oshkosh North for your first game of the season? One of the best teams.
Yeah, and last year when they met both teams, it was their first game of the year on December 1st. We're a little bit later, December 6th. Of course, Kaukauna, some of these players on the football team had a deep run.
Jensen with a nice spin move as he draws the contact from Stoyevich, and he'll go to the free throw line with 10 points.
And for Kaukauna, just noticing on the scoreboard, the foul on Mitchell was against Brody McMullen. He's got 3. Coleman now has 2, both picked up in this half. I thought that was on Stoyevich.
I thought it was on Stoyevich too.
To be frank, I thought the first foul of the half was also on Stoyevich, but they said Coleman. See if that gets corrected.
Coleman's now got the 2. Must have been given both of those here in the half, and Jensen able to hit.
Yeah, good to see from Jensen after he wasn't able to finish that three-point play earlier, knocking those 2 down, getting right back in rhythm from the line. Jensen, either the top or second best junior in the state. So going into next year, he'll end up being the second best player in the state.
Pocketed by Van Kauenberg, and a nice play on the other end by the defense of North.
Yeah, I think it was
Dalton Clark.
Yeah, and Max Rohr got there as well. Clark went up with his body, provided a little bit of obstruction, and Rohr able to strip the ball cleanly.
6-point game and a shove at the end of it. And Clark's going to get put up for a call here, and the Kaukauna student section won a technical. Would be a flagrant.
Yeah, it's at least a foul.
It looked pretty
I'm sorry.
egregious.
I don't think they called the foul. I think they maybe just said he was out of bounds. Nope, here comes the referee to the scorer's table.
We'll see if it's an intentional foul or just a normal foul call here.
Lister comes in for Clark because that's Dalton Clark's 3rd.
They're just going to call it a non-common foul here. So
Okay. Of course, Xavier Mitchell's got 2 fouls, not looking to pick one up early in this half.
Van Kauenberg tried to go around and drive on the baseline, and now Oshkosh North on defense is complaining.
Great job by Lister there. Mitchell was incensed at the referee. So was Anderson. Lister got both of his teammates, and I think he was maybe saying, I did touch that. I knocked it out of bounds. Temper's running a little hot here for both teams, against each other, against the referees.
Things are definitely picking up. Contact at the very end of the play, and it's going to be on North here.
I think it must be Mitchell. Stoyevich got the ball.
And Jensen, once again, is going to the free throw line. This is his 3rd appearance going to the line here in the half.
Yeah, clearly this was a point of emphasis for Mike Shallow in the locker room. We're going to get Jensen down low. He's going to bruise a couple of these North players down there, draw some fouls. And that was on Stoyevich, so they say that's his 1st. I guess we'll see as we keep going. I really don't think those earlier fouls were on Coleman.
4 for 6 in the ball game. Make it 4 for 7 at the line.
Nice board by Stoyevich there.
Mitchell finds Stoyevich, and Stoyevich able to get the roll.
First field goal of the half, so the North student section finally back on their feet.
Just about to say that. North with their first basket here the half. It's Jensen again. Draws the contact.
That was a block by Mitchell, yeah.
A great play on defense.
Aggressive by Mitchell with 2 fouls, but they keep the whistles quiet.
They're going to want that from him as he's able to drive with the left hand all the way up and cross it to the right and in.
Jensen got that ball in transition. He was kind of on the 3-point line. He's not much of an outside shooter. He's a more traditional big man.
Good fake by Rohrig.
Groff.
And Groff with might have been a little bit of a shove. And Jackson Anderson, he wanted a contact foul there, especially offensive call. Instead, it's 2 points for Caden Groff.
I'm okay with the way the officials have handled tonight. They're letting him play, certainly.
They have been going back and forth, lots of jawing at each other.
Yeah, with the amount of contact there's been tonight, we could have easily been into the double bonus in the first half.
Lister from the corner. No good. And Coleman with the rebound, and over the back on Coleman goes Caden Groff.
North has had some impressive rebounds in this second half. Really liking the way John Coleman has played tonight. He's provided some scoring punch. He's provided some steals. A good development for Coach Brad Weber, especially in the absence of Bryce Ott. Got to see some of these other players besides Mitchell step up. And a guy like Coleman, who does have varsity experience, albeit not much from last year. It's a good development.
Anderson with a good drive, kick it out to Lister.
You're right. They're just letting Lister take that if he wants it.
They're letting everything go for Lister here in the game as he walked with it. And rightfully so, Lister being one of the younger players on this Oshkosh North team. So Kaukauna, they're just essentially they're letting him be in the ballgame as much as he wants, as they're really heavily focused on that double team and almost a triple team on either Mitchell and Stoylovich.
Yeah, and that goes back to last year. I mean, they've seen Lister, albeit at the JV level. They know they don't think he's much of an outside threat.
What a pass from, I think Schwalbach.
It was Groff with the finish.
Groff, yeah. I'm not sure how he was able to fit that there. Kaukauna now going with more of that extra zone at the top.
Yeah, it almost seems like a zone, but they've got a player on Mitchell at all times. Schwalbach following him.
It's almost like the equivalent to a quarterback spy in the game of football.
Yeah.
With Mitchell playing the quarterback position.
Or it's like a box and one, but they're not quite in a box formation.
Mitchell got the basket, and Van Collenberg able to rise and hit.
Yeah, we've sort of settled into a 6-point deficit here. Kaukauna looking to cut it even closer. North keeps on responding.
Good back and forth. Same spot from 14. And he hits the J.
Yeah, it's a mid-range jumper masterclass here from the two current D1 commits in Van Collenberg and Mitchell.
Mitchell with a nice move on defense. Comes up with the steal. Takes it up the floor, into the house. And Xavier Mitchell has 6 consecutive points for Sparty. 19 in the ballgame for Xavier Mitchell.
Yeah, he was quiet early, but certainly.
Van Collenberg a fadeaway. Couldn't hit. Groff with the rebound. Nice pass to Jensen. Off the bounce, no good. And foul at the end of the play here. It's going to be over the back call. And I think they're going to get Stoylovich on it.
A nice idea there from Groff, but you almost just wish, if you're Coach Mike Shallow, just go up strong with it, draw a foul. Jensen wasn't able to draw a foul himself, so maybe you feel like you left a couple free throws on the board there.
12:44 to go. Today's game presented by Culligan. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. That's Culligan Water.
That one was on Coleman. They say it's his third, so see if he gets subbed out here.
So Coleman's got 3 fouls, and Dalton Clark also has 3. Stoylovich is up to 2 in the game.
Clark is
Same for Mitchell.
Clark is at the scorer's table. He comes in. Lister heads out. Anderson comes in. Coleman goes out, and also Stoylovich and Xavier Mitchell heads to the bench. We'll see how long of a stay that is. For Kaukauna, they haven't had that luxury. They've had to keep Jensen and Van Collenberg on the floor.
Yeah, Kaukauna, they do now have that opportunity with Mitchell coming out of the game with their 2 top scorers in Van Collenberg and Jensen out there on the floor. We'll see how North's defense responds.
Looks like a 1-3-1 here for Kaukauna.
A nice find underneath, just couldn't finish. The shot was Weber. A really good pass, though, from Anderson. Jensen might have walked with it. No call. Kick it out. Rohrig for 3. No. Jensen with the flush.
And Xavier Mitchell checking back in. It's going to be a brief stay.
And you can tell after he comes out of the game that they're going to give Jensen the ball as much as possible because they have the advantage. And that's a good thing that it went out of bounds because now Mitchell can re-enter the game.
Exactly. Weber with that three, he was open. It goes off the side of the backboard. Just didn't have his feet under him, perhaps.
6 points here in the second half for Andrew Jensen. He's up to 14 here in the game. And
looks like we got a timeout.
I think Brad Weber might have called a timeout here. Or maybe it's an official timeout. No confirmed call on who the timeouts.
Yeah, both assistant coaches stepping up and
they're going to call the timeout here on North.
Yeah. Tonight's game brought to you by Amplitel Technologies. Amplitel Technologies boosts IT and technology for businesses in Northeast Wisconsin and beyond. From help desk support to Wi-Fi and phone solutions, trust the experts at Amplitel. Visit amplitel.tech.com. That's AMPLITEL tech.com for a free consultation.
Today's game also presented by AMP Security Solutions and partners with industry leaders to keep your people and facilities safe. Enjoy peace of mind with video conferencing, access control, paging and fire systems, and data cabling. Score big with top-notch security at ampliteltech.com.
Something I just noticed on the scoreboard, North with 6 fouls here in the second half, Kaukauna only with 2. So especially with the way Andrew Jensen's done a pretty good job at the line, Van Cauwenberg's look good at the line. You could see the charity stripe start to become more of a factor for the Ghosts as they're about to enter the single bonus.
Another really good piece to touch on here, all the points that Oshkosh North has scored here in the second half have been by one player.
All by Xavier?
It's all been Mitchell in the second half. But what were you going to say, partner?
I was just going to say a full slate of games tonight in the FVA. We'll mention some of the other matchups as we get to another break.
Jensen has it in the corner, almost lost it, and reset things here for the Ghosts. Van Cauwenberg finds Jensen. Nice move. The footwork from the 6'9" junior, Andrew Jensen. Just so crafty.
And that's Mitchell's third pretty early here in the second half with only 11:48. Or with 11:48 remaining, I should say. And yeah, Jensen has just been a force in the second half. I said that he had 4 in the first half. I was wrong. You're right. He had 8 in the first half. But still, it was pretty quiet.
It's been a tough go here in the second half, though, for his free throws. As he's able to hit this one. Now he's 50% at the line here in the half.
Yeah, not what Mike Shallow is looking for.
Just get a little bit more out of the big fella. That's what he's hoping.
And with that foul by Mitchell, now Kaukauna.
Mitchell with a good jump stop, hitting the fadeaway J.
Kaukauna in the single bonus. It's almost like Mitchell heard that and was like, I'm going to shut him up and I'm going to hit a step-back jumper here.
11 points here in the second half for Mitchell. And he's got to play very conservative on the defense there as Jensen takes advantage.
Yep, good no call there. Good defense by Mitchell, but Jensen able to get it to go with Xavier not able to be aggressive.
9 points for Jensen here in the half.
Weber, you see, he's a little bit cautious after that 3 hit the side of the backboard.
He was thinking about taking it, and Mitchell, he instead took it. Nice find in the back and really heads-up play.
Yeah,
Clark
whipped it off of Van Cauwenberg. It looked aggressive, a little bit mean, but you got to make sure Keegan doesn't catch it.
Anything you can do to throw off the opposition. And that's exactly what Clark was thinking in his mind off the Mitchell miss. Mitchell taking himself another nice fake, and the reverse. That was just nifty.
He made a similar play to that to open the game last year that opened the season, a reverse like that in Kaukauna. It gave me flashbacks to that game, and that one was close as well. North won that one by 3 in Kaukauna. They won by 10 here at Oshkosh earlier this year in January.
And off the turnover here, it's Coleman. He hits the big 3. John Coleman.
Kind of reminiscent of the first half there. They find the open man. Coleman knocks it down. He's been vital to this North offense tonight.
The second player for North to score here in the half. Van Cauwenberg couldn't hit the 3. Got the rebound, though, is Groff. Jensen finds Rohrig. Spinning, kick it out. Another move again. Rohrig from downtown.
Freshman to sophomore there. Schwalbach to Rohrig.
Yeah, how about Tyler Schwalbach here? And Xavier Mitchell. What a second half performance he's having right now. He's lighting it up.
In the first half, we were kind of marveling at how he hadn't scored in the 15-0 run they had. But this has been more of what we expected from Xavier.
15 points in the half for Xavier Mitchell.
Deflection by Weber there. They're not able to steal
Rohrig,
it.
Plenty of contact. No call. These officials, they're letting them play. Lobs it up for Mitchell. They were going for a huge alley-oop type of play, and that would have made this place go ballistic.
Yeah, a bit of a rough fall there for Xavier. He got a nice attempt at that lay-in, but it'll end up being somewhat of a turnover to Kaukauna, as they'll have possession here.
The lob that they ended up going with might have been maybe a couple of inches off the mark, which made the landing a little bit awkward for Xavier Mitchell.
Good to see him get back up, but almost wonder if Coach Weber will call a timeout.
How about Rohrig taking it to the house and the foul? And that might have been Mitchell. They're gonna have a call on somebody else.
I think it was Weber. Rohrig has been fantastic tonight, and that's what Coach Mike Shallow is going to need. You got your two stars in Van Couwenberg and Jensen. Going to need someone to step up and fill that tertiary role like Bryce Ott did last year for North.
And Rohrig hits the three-point play. He's got 6 points here in half two, and now he's got double digits here in the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, and also with North with 8 fouls and Kaukauna with only 2, I believe the refs, whether intentionally or not, they're going to be a little bit more hesitant to blow the whistle when Kaukana's on offense.
Lister thought about taking it, hesitated, went back to Coleman. Now it's Stoyevich. Stoyevich with the acceleration to the basket.
Just explosion by Stoyevich with the quick fake left there, driving with the right. Clearly more comfortable driving with the right, but he was given the baseline there.
Once you open up the baseline as a defense up against him, it's honestly good luck, and you got to pray that he misses.
Yeah, especially with that length. I mean, he's going to get to the basket in 2 steps.
Stoyevich with his first basket here the half, and tried to complete the three-point play, couldn't do so, and it's an 8-point game here with just under 9 minutes to go here in regulation.
Yeah, both coaches pretty hesitant to call their timeouts here. I think we've only had 1 timeout in the half.
Rohrig hands off here. Back out to Groff. It's Rohrig at the top, and now he's got double team.
Yeah, Groff was open, but it took too long for the pass to get there.
Groff with a nice spin move. Just couldn't finish the shot. It was a really good move, though, from Caden Groff. Mitchell taking himself. He is just dominating here in the second half.
And I feel like that's where the difference has been. It's in transition. When Kaukana's not able to get back and get set up and get those bodies in the lane, Xavier's just able to take advantage of all that open space.
And Xavier Mitchell, 17 points here in the second half. And he's got his team up by 10 as he has 17 out of their 22 here of the half. So we'll take things away to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Welcome back here on Zaleski Sports, everybody. Today's game presented by Bear Performance Marketing. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at bearpm.com. That's BAERPM.com.
So approaching 8 minutes to go here. Oshkosh North up by 10.
And there's a tip, and the officials say out of bounds, last touched by the Spartans. As Lister goes to the bench, and now there's a little bit of miscommunication between Coach Brad Weber and his team, but they're able to square things away here now. Good fake and a nice find for Jensen, and that's how Kaukauna is going to use him to respond back, especially with the 8 fouls here on North here in the half, and Stoilovich comes up with the response just seconds after.
Great pass in transition there by Mitchell. I didn't catch up with the camera in time, my apologies, but Stoilovich able to finish.
And Van Kalvenberg, that's his type of shot that he likes to take, that baseline J from around 14 feet. Mitchell now. Just been all Xavion Mitchell here in the second half. A good pickpocket from Caden Groff. Heads up play as Van Kallenberg takes it up the floor. He'll take the 3, pulls up, splash.
Stoilovich was on him, but then rotated to a different man, and that left Van Kallenberg open for that split second, and he doesn't need to be told twice to take a shot from there when he's open.
The Division I commit having himself a pretty good day. Coleman tries to respond, no good, and a lot of contact, and they're going to get Mitchell, and that's his 4th foul here in the game.
You wonder how Coach Weber tries to play this here. Do you take him out now and try to weather the storm, or do you let him play and he's got to play super passive on the defensive end? Because you can't let Mitchell foul out with more than a minute to go.
And that type of play there, that's when if you're Xavion, you just got to be aware. You're up to 3 fouls right before then. You just have to back off, just let them get the rebound and get back to the defense and trust your team.
He wasn't going to secure that cleanly. I believe there should be free throws here. It was a loose ball foul. So
Kaukauna, I thought, had possession of it at the time.
Mitchell's going to head out here. And now if you're North, you got to weather the storm. You got 6:52 remaining. Mitchell's probably not going to come back in for at least 2 minutes of game time. And we do have free throws.
This is where this game really comes down to how well the coaches coach the game. And that's where lots of fans, I know, like including if you go back to the Thursday night football game from last night, people questioned calls that coaches made, but they worked out beneficially for the Lions in that game. A nice kick out. Yeah, just off the miss, though, for McMullen.
McMullen couldn't hit the free throw, but then a nice find by Van Kallenberg with the skip pass. It was behind the backboard. I think it went almost out of bounds.
To just go all the way across the floor and make that pass, just a difficult one. Try to put some nice touch on it was Owen Weber, and he's got his first make here tonight.
Great first possession defensively and offensively for North without Mitchell.
And Jensen goes up. He was rising up to the challenge, and that was Rohr who ended up causing the contact, and he'll get called.
Oh, no, I think Stoilovich, and now he's got 3.
Looked like it was Rohr on the play that drew the contact, but they'll call it on Stoilovich.
And you don't want Stoilovich to get his 4th, so you almost got to tell him to play a little bit softer now. I was completely wrong. Here comes Xavion Mitchell. He was out for maybe 30 seconds of game time.
What a crazy and very ballsy coaching decision here from Brad Weber. We'll see if it pays off.
You almost wonder if they're going to have him play on defense. He's not going to play down low. You're more likely to pick up a foul when you're in the paint. Maybe have Xavion on the perimeter, just kind of tell him to get in passing lanes, cause a breakup.
I'm curious to see who will be matched up against. You would think Stoilovich would be covering Jensen here. You would just think that.
Yeah. See Schwalbach picking up Mitchell at half court.
And that's a wise thing for Kaukauna. You do everything you can to almost draw contact of something crazy, and who knows, maybe for the defense you might get an elbow call on the offense and take them out of the game.
Foul there on Kaukauna is their 4th of the half. North at 10 now, so every defensive foul against North will give Kaukauna 2 free throws.
Lob it up here for Weber. Weber hands off to Anderson. Anderson at the top. Goes back for Weber. Try to work around a screen. Was Clark, and he's got plenty of moves to go underneath. And Mitchell just working with absolutely nothing, the bare minimum.
And that's
he's still finished.
That's the reason you bring him back in. It's for the offensive end. You're not bringing him out here to play any sort of aggressive defense.
Nice cross back, pull up the 3 for Van Cauwenberg, and his last 2 baskets have been 3-pointers.
Van Cauwenberg's been incredible here from the midpoint of the first half on.
Mitchell around the double team, go to the corner, back to the top of Weber. Just over 5 minutes to go. It's a 5-point game, 68-63 here on Zaleski Sports. Gunnar Zippert, Brendan Retzloff. And timeout taken on the floor by the Spartans with 5:03 to go. We'll send things to a quick TV timeout. We'll be right back for more boys basketball coverage.
Barnfind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Barnfind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. Oshkosh North with a 5-point lead with about 5 minutes to go. Tonight's game brought to you by Fox Valley Tool and Die. Fox Valley Tool and Die Incorporated is a precision machine shop that supplies critical machine components for a range of customers, from Fortune 100 companies to local paper mills. Contact us today, 920-766-9455.
How about this? The freshman, Tyler Schwalbach, but the rejection from Mitchell, but Kaukauna to clean it back up, and they're within 3, the closest they've been since around the first 5 seconds of this game.
Yeah, Mitchell with the turnover there, and you know he was furious getting a turnover caused by a freshman. Gets his payback on the block, but Rohrig cleans it up for Kaukauna.
And that's a really risky move by Mitchell, though, going for that block, and he's lucky it paid off for him, but he could have had his 5th foul and taken him out of the game.
And Schwalbach is giving him all the business here.
Plenty of contact at the top, and
yeah, that was
Mitchell is just giving Schwalbach some words.
Hard screen by Dalton Clark there, knocked the wind out of Tyler Schwalbach.
70-65 now. Van Cauwenberg driving, rises, and hits. Keegan Van Cauwenberg.
They've gone away from Jensen here lately. It's been all Van Cauwenberg on the offensive end, and he's met the task.
Kaukauna is starting to pick up things a little bit more on their pressure as well. Mitchell rises, just a little bit off on the 16-footer, and Kaukauna has a chance to tie it up here. They have the shot. It's Rohrig, no good. And lots of contact again. Not a call on the floor. Groff's gonna take it, and rejected by Mitchell. And again, the contested play by Xavier Mitchell, and the ballsiness to just go for it.
Yeah, he got a lot of ball there, but I could definitely see it from a Kaukauna fan's point of view. A bench warning here for Coach Weber of North.
Brad Weber, he is hot on the floor right now. He's got to be aware of the situation right now.
3-point game, like you said, that's risky for Mitchell, but he's going to be given a little bit of leeway here.
Van Kaukauna from his spot. Kaukauna within one. How about this?
And now the press from Kaukauna.
They were picking up on the full court pressure and able to get through it pretty nicely. Clark looks around, finds Mitchell. Mitchell dribble drive, stops, rises. No good. Kaukauna with an opportunity to take the lead. Rohrig for three. The play is made, and he's got a chance at 4. And the lead.
Foul's going to be on Weber.
What a play.
72-70. After a 15-0 opening to this game, Kaukauna has outscored the Spartans by 17 points.
How about the half for Jonah Rohrig? He's hit 2 big three-pointers here in the half, just completed a 4-point play, and he's got 9 points here in the half, up to 13 in the game.
And they were getting a little bit Van Kaukauna heavy, so that play from
Weber fakes it. I thought he was going to take it. Instead, they go underneath, kick it out. Weber, he's got a spot in the corner and couldn't hit it, and plenty of contact.
Foul on
They're
Kaukauna.
gonna call it on the Ghosts.
It's going to be Schwalbach.
So Tyler Schwalbach, that's his second foul here of the game. And how about the freshman right now, too, in a big situation, clutch time.
Only freshman in the game tonight.
Weber for the tie, couldn't get it. And Mitchell is able to get it out of the scrum and just...
Yeah, that was Dalton Clark who lodged the rebound loose from the Kaukauna player, and Mitchell cleaning it up.
Able to put it up with ease, and that's just when sometimes the ball just falls your way. There's nothing you can really do about it as the defense. 1-point game. Jensen, guarded by Mitchell, kicks it out. Rohrig for 3. Jonah Rohrig in the clutch.
Jensen didn't decide to go up against Mitchell, try to draw that 5th foul, found the open man. And Rohrig has been outstanding here lately.
A 4-point game. Mitchell almost lost the handle, got it back, went down the baseline, and a foul drew the contact. I almost thought he stepped out of bounds, but...
And that'll be the 7th team foul on Kaukauna, so a 1-and-1 here for Mitchell.
They're going to have it on Schwalbach again here.
His 4th. So he's going to head out, McMullen back in.
Big time free throw coming up here for Xavier Mitchell. Just about 2 minutes to go, 2:03 to play here in regulation.
Got to make the first to earn the second. He does just that.
Xavier Mitchell has not hit a single three-pointer in this game.
He's only taken maybe 2 or 3.
And he doesn't need to. That's his first miss at the free throw line of the night. 3-point lead. Jonah Rohrig, he has been the hot hand for the Ghosts. He has the ball right now. They go to McMullen. Take it to Groff.
Kaukauna pretty thorough here. They're being a little bit more passive, finding their shot.
Jensen one-on-one with Mitchell. Try to work around it. Good defense from Xavier.
And smart by Jensen. Didn't have much of a shot there.
And now it's Rohrig, kicks it out. And timeout taken on the floor by Mike Shallow. It's a 3-point game with 1:28 to go. And
full timeout.
You'd have to wonder what Kaukauna's going to do out of the timeout. Do you think they're just going to hang on to the ball for as long as they can until they draw a foul, or
it almost
do you
seems,
try to go for points right away?
It seems like that. It seems like they're trying to do what North was doing at the end of the first half, waste as much time as possible, and then you bring up a good point. Obviously, they're in the double bonus, so if North has to foul, you want to get your best free throw shooters at the line. North might be talking about in this huddle, if Jensen gets the ball, be quick to foul him. He doesn't look good from the line tonight. But if it's Van Kaukauna or Rohrig, you got to imagine that Kaukauna wouldn't be upset about that.
And you'd also have to think about what Brad Weber is saying to his team on the other side, how he's going to plan things out with his defense coming out of this huddle. But to go back to the recap of this game right now, Oshkosh North started this game up 15-0 in the first couple or a few minutes of the game. Kaukauna was able to make their way back into this thing, make it a 38-29 game at halftime. And now we're to the point where we're at Xavier Mitchell, 36 points in this game. And to add up the other totals, I'd have to get to that soon. So you can take over for a little bit of commentary.
Yeah, not quite as Xavier Mitchell heavy here tonight as they were against Manitowoc on Tuesday, but still 36 out of the 73 for North. That's essentially half.
25 points for Cowanberg, Van Cowanberg here in this game. But it's Jonah Rohrig. He's been the hot hand. He takes it himself to the basket. No good. Just over a minute to go. Mitchell leads it up the floor for Sparty. Kicks it out. Coleman from the corner. We're tied. 1 minute remaining in regulation. This is what FBA Conference basketball is all about.
John Coleman has been the second best player for North tonight. He's been knocked down from downtown, and they've needed it. He's hit 4 threes tonight, and he has not looked phased. Xavier drawing a lot of pressure on that possession.
But Kaukauna, they just let Coleman take the shot. They didn't leave really anything out there in the corner, and they dared him to shoot it, and he took his shot, and he paid big dividends off that one, even though he just drew his fourth foul.
Yeah, that's Coleman's fourth. It was Van Cowanberg going right into him. If you're a North fan, you're saying Van Cowanberg initiated the contact there, but they're going to call that on the defender every time.
40 seconds to go. In and out.
2 free throws, but yeah, Van Cowanberg missing the first one there is pretty huge.
His second miss at the free throw line here tonight.
So Mitchell with 4, Coleman with 4, Schwalbach with 4. He's back in the game.
26 points for Van Cowanberg after that free throw. 35 seconds to go. 1 point game, and we have a foul.
It's going to be on Schwalbach, his 5th.
And Mitchell is going to go to the free throw line. And Tyler Schwalbach, his day has come to an end. 4 points for the freshman, and
looks like
now there's some jawing back and forth here between the benches.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout before the free throws.
There's a little bit of jawing back and forth, but Tyler Schwalbach, his day is over.
Yeah, one of the assistant coaches asking for clarification from the official scorer, and the official scorer goes, that was 5.
And Brody McMullen, he's going to be the one to enter the game for Tyler Schwalbach, the freshman, but
a
promising start we just saw from the freshman after exiting.
And now we haven't seen Kavanaugh Wyenberg in a while, so I believe Kaukauna's just got 5 players for the rest of this game. Another 1-and-1 here. Mitchell's got to make the first.
And he hits it. That's a huge free throw for Xavier Mitchell.
So 8 team fouls for Kaukauna, so we likely won't see North get to the double bonus, but TBD on that. Tie game.
37 points for number 2. And the lead, 38. 78-77. What does Mike Shallow want to do with it? Van Cowanberg, a nice bounce pass behind the back. Jensen with the throwdown and the flush. And the lead for Kaukauna. Not looking and paying attention. Mitchell's got it.
Yeah, nearly turned over there. Rohr didn't see the pass coming.
What a play, though. Mitchell to take it himself, the reverse. And the lead, 10 seconds to go. Van Cowanberg up the floor, rises for the lead. No good. Jensen tips it. No good. Tip back, out of bounds. And Kaukauna will keep the ball with .7 to go here in the game.
Yeah, we'll see if we get a readjustment of the clock here. It looked like there might have been as much as 1.1 remaining when the ball went out of bounds. Van Cowanberg, the 3 doesn't go. Jensen gets the tip. Those are the exact guys you want to get the ball in this situation. We should have done a better job of keeping track of timeouts. They don't have it on the scoreboard here, but I imagine Coach Shallow didn't have any remaining. he didn't call a timeout after that Xavier Mitchell reverse layup. 1.3.
How about the high intensity we're seeing? 1.3 seconds, that gives you plenty of time to be able to draw up something, maybe a little screen to work around, try to pull up a three, but you also don't even need a three ball. Maybe you want to try to draw contact if you're Kaukauna, or if you just want to try to get something underneath. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go to Jensen. I think Jensen, he has been their big time player. What are you thinking, partner?
Yeah, timeout called here. I believe that was North, and we get 1.3 on the clock. I mean, you got to look for something pretty quick, and like you said, the Van Cauwenberg three, I mean, that's his shot. He's a three-point shooter, but obviously you don't need that here, being only down one. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But another way to think about it is if North does commit a foul and you want to rely on that as your backup plan, you'd much rather have Van Cauwenberg going to the line. It'll be interesting to see who the inbounder is. I would imagine in most situations it's going to be either Van Cauwenberg or Jensen to do the inbounding, but you're going to want them on the court here. The defensive five for Oshkosh North, same as the starting five. You got the starting five with the exception of Weber in for Stoyalovich. You got Clark, Mitchell, Anderson, and Coleman.
And you know that Brad Weber, he's telling his team, do not foul. Do not foul in this type of situation. Here we go.
Inbounder is Rohrig.
1.3 seconds to go. This is the game. And timeout taken
That was by
Brad Weber.
So I wonder if that first one was by Kaukauna. You got to appreciate Mike Shallow letting Van Cauwenberg just go for it then if he had one remaining.
I think he just wanted to see what type of personnel were out there and the type of formation, and he might have saw something he didn't like, so just wanted to take that timeout. But boy, has this been a game that has delivered here for FVA Conference.
I mean, last year's season opener, it was 67-64 in favor of North. I can confidently say that this has been even better game than that one was, and that one was outstanding.
I'm going to say this, out of all the games I've covered at Zaleski Sports over the last 2 years, this game might be the best game that I have been able to witness.
And it's just the start of it's just the start of the season, and while these teams look like behemoths right now, you've got 4 to 5 more teams in this conference that are going to give each of North and Kaukauna trouble as the year goes on. Tonight's a full slate in the Fox Valley Association. You've got games like Appleton North playing Hortonville. You got Kimberly and Neenah. Of course, that's a storied football rivalry.
It's a packed house here in Sparty. Oshkosh North High School, 80-79.
Rohrig to inbound, the other 4 flat along the baseline.
1.3 seconds to go. This is the game. Jensen's got it, puts it up off the bench, and he's got it to go. But did he get it off? He did! Andrew Jensen, in your life, the junior, with the win for the Ghosts. What a game. Unbelievable. How about the play call to go with it? You obviously, the 6'9" Andrew Jensen, 225 pounds, just lob it up to him. And Jonah Rohrig, he has came up with some incredible plays this entire game, hitting some big time threes. But how about the pass to Jensen, and these student sections, you can just feel the rivalry going on.
Yeah, there was a bit of a standoff there. But yeah, as you said, they let the play develop a little bit. I'll have to watch back the replay. I imagine they were trying to divert attention away from Jensen, and they get him the one-on-one with Mitchell. Mitchell does a nice job to defend it, doesn't foul. That's a key there, as that would have given Jensen 2 free throws, and that would be a higher percentage look perhaps to get him to tie the game at least. Tie the game or pull ahead with the 2 free throws if Jensen had gone to the line. So Mitchell plays it straight up, doesn't commit a foul, But Jensen with the falling to his side, the banks it in. What an outstanding shot. And Kaukauna takes it 81-80. Retribution for last year. North coming in to Kaukauna, taking that one 67-64. And now Oshkosh North 1-1 on the year, 0-1 in FVA play. Kaukauna, their first game of the year, 1-0, and of course 1-0 in conference play.
I mean, what a game. We pretty much saw everything happen in this game. Andrew Jensen ends the game with 22 points, and none other being bigger than the last two that he had. But just what a performance in a day that we saw. The bank is open on a Friday night, Gunnard.
And of course, in the postgame here, we're going to try to get an interview with Coach Shallow and a player of his choosing. But right now, I mean, the Kaukauna team is just enveloped by their student section.
I mean, as they should be. This is a big-time game. Your very first game of the year, and to go down the 15-0, it seemed like things were just going to fall apart on them. And just the grit within the team to manage to keep going, and just the play that they drew up at the end there, 1.3 seconds, and that time on the clock felt like an eternity in that moment.
Oh, he had plenty of time. He came down with it, got it off in plenty of time. I don't know how it goes. It's got to be the referee's got to see it off the hand to make sure it came off in time. I mean, we can't go to replay, obviously.
When I saw the play, after the ball went in, I saw one official at the half-court line say that he didn't get the shot off. He was pointing at the clock. And then the other one, which was the baseline official, was calling it good.
So his call overrides, yeah.
So it must be that the baseline official, and I don't know what the rules are, if the judges have to get together to find out the ruling. But obviously we know what the ruling is now with the 81-80 victory. But maybe that baseline official or baseline judge has a little bit more authority than the half court or the mid court judge does. But yeah, what a game. We can send things to our post-game show presented by Bear Performance Marketing. If you want to take that away.
Sure. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com.
And we'll be right back. We're going to try to get Coach Shallow and one of the players of the game, very likely to be Andrew Jensen. We'll see if we can get them. We'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Nestled in the Wildwood Park and Zoo, the Marshfield Rotary Club Winter Wonderland has dazzled families with over 1 million lights displayed. Admission is free. Cash donations and non-perishable food items encouraged. The Winter Wonderland is open November 29th through December 31st.
In every department at Dull Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dull Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
I was really far on the baseline, so I got to get up there and just got a little touch on it.
It's unbelievable. It's crazy. And to open the year, too. We're going right away. Right. Welcome back to our Bear Performance Marketing postgame. Brendan Retzloff with the hero of the day in the highlight house, Andrew Jensen. Walk through the last play of the game here.
Well, we originally set it up to be Keegan coming off a double screen, but then they called timeout. So our coach says, we got to switch this. We got to give him a new look. So then I said the up team for Keegan. I went for the slip. Zay played it great. He got up, so I had to tip it to myself. And then I caught the ball really flat in the baseline, so I was like, I just got to get it up there. So I put it up on the top left corner of the backboard, and then it just fell.
The 1.3 seconds that were remaining felt like an eternity in that moment.
But the ball's in the air. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. It's live television. But 22 points for you in this game. None bigger though than the last two, but you were averaging around 13 points a game last year, and last year 2 tough losses to this program. How much does it mean for you guys in game 1 of the year to get up there and get the win against Oshkosh North?
It means a lot. The last 2 years I lost here, my freshman, my sophomore year, and I told the guys for the game, I said I'm not losing here again. I lost here twice. I hate the feeling. I'm not losing at Oshkosh North again. So started from the beginning, we got down, but never lost faith. And then it was just a fight to the end. I mean, their student section does a great job making it hard for us, for sure. But it's a battle. It's an uphill battle the whole time.
And how are you guys able to maintain that grit and keep it going against this team? Because you guys went down 15-0 in the first 2.5 minutes of the game.
I mean, it really starts in practice. Our coaches are tough on us, but it's all love. So we're used to, I guess doing drills when we're down. Like we'll do drills where, we get the ball. It's like a 4-minute game. We're down 4, and that team starts with the ball. So we work on this. It's a situation that we're used to. We saw it on film with them against Manitowoc, how they really get the knockout punch, got up early against them. So we were kind of expecting it, and then it was just don't let it get to you. It's a game of runs. They're gonna hit their shots. We're gonna hit ours. So just don't get too high, don't get too low.
It's all about it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And you guys finished tremendously. I'm going to let you go so you can celebrate with your team because this has got to be a great moment. But first we'll put you in the highlight house. I'll hand you the mic and you'll say, I'm Andrew Jensen. I'm in the house. Right. I'll give you the mic here.
All right. I'm Andrew Jensen and I'm in the house.
Hey, congratulations, man. Oh, hey, good luck in the next one. Don't know what the handshake was, but hey, we're striving and thriving here at Oshkosh North. Thank you guys for tuning in. 81-80, the final score of this thing with the hero of the day, Andrew Jensen. What a day, though. 26 points for Keegan Van Cowenberg. 15 points for Jonah Rohrig, who hit some big three-pointers in this game. Andrew Jensen, though, 22 points, coming up with the big time, too, at the very end of the game, and the huge assist for Rohrig as well. And then you look at Oshkosh North. Xavier Mitchell, 12 points in the first half. Second half scoring, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 points scored in the second half for Xavier Mitchell. So a total of 40 points for Xavier, so he continues his days of scoring at least 40 points a game here at the beginning of the year. Dalton Clark with 5. John Coleman had 14 in the game. Max Rohr with 6. Stefan Stolovich with 11 points in the game, and that's where we got to. Owen Weber with 2 as well, and that's our scoring tallies that we got. So live here in Oshkosh North, we thank you guys for tuning in. Next up for the Kaukauna guys will be Appleton East, and that should be a pretty good one next Friday. But that's going to do it for us. What a day. The bank's open on a Friday. That's all I got to say. Gunnar Zipper, Brendan Retzloff, we thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful night.